baby may be off to kindergarten soon. A big step for your child and for you. Some parents get teary, some give a huge sigh of relief. Some do both. One thing's for sure, as your child grows older, they'll be influenced by people outside of your family. But they'll still need you to show them the way, to interpret the world, keep them safe, cheer them on, and offer acceptance, connection, and love. And hopefully, the values that you're teaching them now will stick with them, even when you're not close by. Kindergarten.
It's interesting. First day, crushed it. Second day, just like lost it. And for like a week, just like full on losing it. And finally we asked, like, what's going on? And he's like, what if you don't come back? And we're like, oh. And so we talked a lot about it. So I was like, do you want to take something to school to like know that mommy or daddy's gonna come back? And he's like, a Lego. All right, we can do a Lego.
Being involved in their school and schoolwork can help you understand how to best support their learning.
I found that with Olivia, like, I needed to readjust how I thought of things. And like, you know, for her, she does well when she gets like the full information, like what's the schedule of the day. And so like, you know, I would say, okay, so you're gonna go to school, you'll have circle time, you'll do this, you'll have your snack, then I'll pick you up, you know, so, and that kind of helped her also mentally prepare for the day.
We were really jacked up in the morning where everybody was like, what's going on? Have you done this? Have you done, where's the, like, are the lunches ready? And it was not calm at all. We actually didn't have clarity on who was actually doing what. Just the simple communication between the parents totally changed the flavor of the morning.
Out there, she's so good, she's polite, she listens, and then come home complete gremlin mode. How I try to revert that is, like, you know, just repeating like certain things that we teach her. We're gonna eat, we're gonna have playtime, then there's like bath, to the point where now she's like, up, it's bath time.
You may find that your child is exhausted after a full day of school. Many children have to work hard to follow the rules at school all day, and unfortunately, they're gonna have more meltdowns at home in the evenings. Know that it's totally normal for them to be tired, and just do your best to adjust your routine.
Healthy habits.
We often talk about eating good food as a key to staying healthy, but we also need to think about sleep and exercise. Children at this age need at least 10 to 11 hours of good quality sleep a night. Tired kids have difficulty focusing in school and are more likely to experience challenging behavior. Remember to keep TVs and screens, including video games, out of the room where your child sleeps. Using these devices can make it much harder for your child to calm down and fall asleep. So put them away at least an hour before bedtime.
You know, I try to balance the screen time with outdoors and just kind of getting her to understand, okay, you've had your screen time, so now when I say it's time to put it down, it means we're gonna go outside, we're gonna have an experience, we're gonna explore a little bit. We went somewhere recently, she got to jump in a creek and she's playing with tadpoles and her mind is just blowing up.
Physical activity and playing outdoors are also very important for your school-age child. It builds strength, improves focus, and helps them sleep better at night. Make sure your child gets 2 or more hours of physical activity each day.
Taking on responsibility.
Giving your child responsibilities whenever you can helps them feel more capable and independent. It can also help them feel a sense of belonging to a family or community, and that they have an important role to play.
You know, we've started to learn how to fold laundry and putting away our dishes correctly and washing dishes, and they're so receptive to that at this stage.
They can also join you in helping your community. Start a garbage collecting walk each week, bring a meal to a homebound elderly neighbor, or donate old clothes and toys to a shelter or thrift store. Your child learns to care about others by watching you do it.
Your children pick up on your value system, right? They're sitting there, they're little sponges for everything that you do.
Confidence in their abilities.
Your child is going to try many new things, and they won't always be successful the first time. Helping your child understand that you become better at something by working hard and practicing is called a growth mindset. Instead of thinking that they are born with a certain amount of talent or ability that will never change, we want children to know that they can get better at something with practice and hard work. They need to feel comfortable with failing and trying again. Fortunately, this is something you can practice with your child. There are a few simple ways to do it. Celebrate effort.
Just celebrating the wins.
Notice hard work.
I try to also say to them, like, I see you're working really hard at that.
Practice bouncing back.
Whenever one of the kids is frustrated about something and I can't do it, or I can't build this Lego thing or whatever, yet. I always remind them, I always replace I can't with yet.
No matter how much effort your child puts in, they won't succeed every time. As your child gets older and more competitive, winning and losing might become a pain point in your house. Children need to learn how to win and lose gracefully, but it won't happen overnight. One of the best places to start is provide them with lots of opportunity to do both at home.
Safety, crossing the street.
While your child is not yet ready to cross the street alone, now is a great time to teach them some basic safety. To look both ways for oncoming traffic, to walk and not run when crossing, and to only cross the street at a crosswalk. Model this behavior yourself and remember to hold their hand when crossing the street or in a parking lot. Remind your child that it may be difficult for cars to see them. Teach them to always ride their scooter or bike on the sidewalk or bike lane, and to always get an adult to retrieve any balls or toys that end up in the street.
Kindergarten. Help your child handle the transition to school by sticking to consistent morning and bedtime routines. Responsibility. Give your child simple chores and have them join you in helping your community to give them a sense of pride and belonging. Confidence in their abilities. Help your child understand that it takes practice and hard work to learn something new. Making mistakes is part of learning. Safety, crossing the street. Teach your child to look both ways, use a crosswalk, and always hold a grown-up's hand before crossing the street.
We know you'll have questions about topics not covered in this video. There's no parent question that's off limits, so be sure to bring up any questions or concerns you have with your doctor. And while they're the expert on your children's health, you're the expert on your child. Together, you're a team focused on your child's health and happiness.